Good evening. Brave Monday, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Aloft, a post-atomic romance here on GeekSpaceTV. Woo! We got some new faces here for you tonight, including myself. And also we've got Monica and Holly, including myself, and George and Corwin. And we're about to drop you in on a post-apocalyptic D&D adventure. So our story picks up after the apocalypse, specifically one that takes place years from now. So it's actually a beautiful day here in the skies over Hill City, South Dakota. It's about mid-June. The weather is great. The air has been getting clearer and clearer every year in the 25 years since the war. And our scene picks up on an airship. It looks like a combination of pre-war cargo Zeppelin with some post-war scrap-built construction. It's got a row of sails coming off the bag on either side. The top of it is covered with a dark rubbery mat impregnated with solar cells, and those are driving the four gently humming, softly roaring electric motors with the props at the back. And off the front, there is what appears to be the deck of a small fishing boat or pleasure yacht, connected to several cabins made out of local wood, and then underneath is slung the cargo bay, which is a bunch of old rail boxcars that have most of their sides taken off and snapped together. And then on top of all of that is sitting on top of a bunch of skids, like just big timber skis, basically. Yeah, that is absolutely right. And it's our first show.
True story.
We're real excited to be here.
I'm so happy about the airship so far. Boxcar is totally you.
Getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. So yeah, hey, welcome. It's GeekSpaceTV, which means there's some announcements. GeekSpaceTV is celebrating Pride. We're going to be doing shirt giveaways during the breaks of all the RPG shows throughout the month of June. We've got t-shirts or tank tops. We've got men's or women's fits. And there's the special GeekSpaceTV Pride logo or the regular logo. We've got a mystery show coming up on this Wednesday. The 7 p.m. Wednesday time slot has been filled with a mystery show that, well, just tune in and find out. I think Monica might actually have something to do with that. So it's going to be really cool. Friday, Eat, Pray, Kill is going to have a special episode. Marcus and Strawberry are up to something. If you tune in at 7 p.m. Pacific on Friday, you're going to find out what. We are currently live for the entire episode tonight on Periscope. If you go to GeekSpaceTV's Periscope page, you can watch this thing happen in 360 degrees. Yeah, and June 27th is when two of these regular shows are going to return, Behind the Screens and Leviathan Distant Stars. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us and all the chaos and vagueness. There's been a lot of really cool, exciting stuff happening here at GeekSpaceTV, and we're super happy that you're here to watch. So yeah, let's just do some introductions. Hey, Monica.
Yeah?
Hi. Hey, have you ever done like a streaming RPG type thing before?
This is my first time.
Cool. But like, you know, you're into playing games and things like that.
I like D&D, and I like Pathfinder, and I like things with dice.
Yeah. Rad. And what's your character?
My character's name is Fennec Deerheart, and she is a druid, variant human race, and she's a full package of impulsiveness and excitement.
Rad. Hey, Holly.
Hey.
Hey, it's really good to see you.
Yeah, it's been cool. We've known each other a little while.
Yeah, it's been a few years. Who'd have thought that we'd be in Seattle streaming Dungeons and Dragons.
We've come so far.
I know.
So far.
Yeah, have you ever done any sort of streaming type
I
stuff
have
before?
not. No. I did a couple of live shows of D&D a little while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that like?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We had a great GM.
Oh,
I'm talking about him.
The hidden backstory to this game is that we did some live theater events here in Seattle last year. So it was called Without Providence, and you may or may not, all of the dozens of people that have seen any of those might see some continuity happening between the two shows.
The Andrew superfans, of which there are at least 3 dozen.
Yeah. And people are welcome to join their ranks, I guess. Hey, who's your character?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I am playing Yolanda Coleman, paladin, human, and all-around axe-wielding badass.
Sweet. So we've got this airship that I started to describe. What does Yolanda do for the airship?
Carries heavy shit. Provides security. You know, defeats invaders.
Yeah. Awesome. And did you mention what Fennec does for the ship?
Fennec's the ship healer and also support for a lot of stuff. But yeah, mostly she likes playing with plants and fighting.
Legit. Those are
I
perfectly...
think we're like the fighting table over here.
I believe it.
Yeah.
You're gonna-
So we'll kick the ass and y'all take names? Okay.
Speaking of table taking names, hey George.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Who cares how I'm doing? And let's talk about you, the velvet underground of 5th edition steampunk campaigns. Everyone who attended one of his shows went and started a game. So
Yes, that's... Oh man, that would be really cool if something like that ever actually happened.
look, I'm sitting here desperately trying to avoid making the usual sort of snarky interruptions I make that are absolutely annoying, but everyone just kind of puts up with because I'm affable.
I don't know. I'm pretty entertained by a lot of them. Yes. That's what I like to see. So, George, you ever done any of this type nonsense before?
No, this is my first time, but I really wanted to save it for someone special.
Aww.
Gonna make me blush.
Precious.
Tell me about your awesome avatar here in this world.
Well, my character's name is Dr. Geraldo de la Cruz, but everyone just calls him Getty. He's also a doctor healer type, but on the ship he primarily serves as the engineer.
Cool.
Though between me and Fennec, we are the medical team, effectively.
You're the real surgeon, though.
You're the average. You're not the average.
I'm so
the action
average.
healer.
I'm average in every way.
It's the worst possible word I could use to describe a Dungeons and Dragons
I'm super
character.
average. I've looked it up.
Very average, boring, commoner class levels.
10s all up and down.
Yeah, just nothing but zeros.
No negatives.
No negatives.
No.
Nothing underneath the 10, though. Nothing but high praise for your future.
Sweet. And hey, Corwin.
Hi.
What's up? Have you ever done anything like this before?
Maybe
Streaming some games online?
Maybe once or twice. I might have done a little game that was popular for a while, but only one episode. I was the villain of the week for a show called Death from Above, which some of you may have seen. And I also played a game with Silly Jupiter called Dream Daddy, where you date dads. You are a dad dating dads. And it was ridiculous and silly, and I think we've got a couple of catchphrases from that now.
I'm
Nice.
glad someone knows what we're doing right now.
I
You're
don't
it,
know what we're
okay?
I'm just pretending, just like every other adult.
I want to find out more about this Dream Daddies thing. This sounds adorable.
We'll talk afterwards.
Good.
Yeah.
I always wanted to languish in obscurity.
So, what's your character like?
So-
I know this is a dangerous phrase to deploy among geeks, but tell me about your character.
Well, if you insist, I guess I'll tell you all about Theo Davis, but I'm not going to tell you all about Theo Davis because that would take forever. Theo Davis doesn't really like to talk about himself, though. He's a little bit of a loner, a little bit of an outsider, but he really feels responsible for his community and taking care of them and making sure that everyone is safe and secure. And he's probably rarely seen without his good friend Peregrine, who is a little automated drone that he controls with a wrist-mounted device. And Peregrine will just up and fly and float around, and has a speaker on it, so I can talk to the rest of the team when they're up ahead, and I'm hanging back with my bow, making sure no one's sneaking up on them. That's what I do. I make sure people aren't sneaking up on people, and then I shoot them with the bow.
And for the ship, what do you do?
Oh, I fly the ship. Someone gave me control. So I fly the ship, and I look at things. And sometimes I play with electronics.
Nice. Solid. So you'll notice everyone's been described with a D&D character class. But Andrew, how is this a sci-fi post-apocalypse game when you're using a fantasy game? It'll all totally make sense once we get into it. So, speaking of which, let's get into it.
Actually, I didn't say what my class was.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a
sorry.
bard.
You're a bard?
You're never going to hear me play an instrument.
Aww.
Iconoclastic.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's quivering.
Heck yeah. All right. So these hooligans and a number of their friends are the crew of the Calamity Jane, which is a rebuilt airship. You'll find out as we go through the story together that in this setting, airships are how most of the post-apocalyptic communities skip, like all the monsters and raiders and stuff that are in between the cities and can travel directly and trade and that sort of thing. So, yeah. Yeah. So the Calamity Jane is on its shakedown cruise. It used to be an airship, a cargo hauler called the Endeavor, that suffered a mighty accident involving some pirates and crashed outside of town. And it was sort of the town's coming out party because Hill City, South Dakota had been isolated from the rest of the wasteland. And except for the occasional feral robot or wandering something that probably mostly had moose DNA but is really hard to pin down now, or the occasional wandering raider band, hadn't really had much contact with the outside world.
And robots.
And robots, yes. So the town was like, all right, we'll take this airship, we'll rebuild it, we'll put our best and brightest young people on it, and they're going to head out and explore.
Us?
Yeah, yeah.
We're very confident on this side.
Yeah.
The town's really scraping for talent.
Dude, we are level 2. We are badasses! Woo!
Yeah.
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 Hooray for having class levels. It really is a big career get.
Yes. Closest I've ever been to being classy.
On this beautiful afternoon in the middle of June, in the far-off year of 2058. Yeah, I got that right. They have sent you to check up on a neighboring town of Keystone, which is at the foot of it's in the Black Hills in South Dakota. It's very close to what used to be known as Mount Rushmore, but is now referred to as the Six Grandfathers Monument. Keystone was a sister city. They're connected by a rail line. And until about 5 or 6 years ago, it was a great sister town. Like, they were able to trade supplies back and forth, send people back and forth. And then one fateful night, monsters came boiling out of the woods and chased everyone away, or the ones that could get away. And the ones that couldn't were never heard from again. But there's a bunch of, useful stuff left behind in Keystone that the town could really use, as well as determining the fates of the people that didn't make it out. So, for the inaugural cruise of the Calamity Jane, hey, go check out Keystone.
Nice.
So,
Yes.
yeah. So, I'm going to describe a situation and then ask you guys what you're doing. I hear that's how you play Dungeons & Dragons. Keystone's right there. It takes you less than an hour to cross the entire distance between the two towns. And you have some options. You can just buzz straight in. You could moor outside of town and explore on foot. I want to know sort of how cautious you're being, what your tactics are. And at this point, you can start asking me questions as well. I guess you could have been doing that this entire time, but I want to solicit them.
So at this point, at this time, we are flying on our way there, or are we planning to fly on our way there?
You're already on your way there.
We're already on our way.
I think
there
we're
was a-
planning where we're landing.
Okay.
There was a beautiful, tasteful send-off ceremony. The whole town turned out. Someone really wanted balloons, but then they're like, oh, wait, we haven't had balloons in 25 years.
This is a
Th-
balloon.
there was a band. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
We're in a balloon.
Yeah. So,
So, as the pilot, I think I want to do a flyby before we do anything else. I think we want to circle the town
It just seems
at least once and see if we can get some eyes on and see what the situation is. Everyone good with that?
Yeah. I'd like to give a brief 10-minute speech, getting everybody. No, guys, it's a feat.
it is. It's a feat. If you got 10 minutes to give a speech, you can bolster.
Which I think would be now while we're, you know,
Alright.
going over. As we're going over the town, we're looking out. I'm gonna give my inspiring leader speech about how, you know, this is our first time out. I really believe in all of you guys. You are really the best that Hill City has to offer. And we are going to find out what happened to this poor Keystone. And we are going to bring justice to all of those poor people and kill a bunch of monsters. All right, bring it in, guys. Yeah.
And the rest of the crew also. Yeah, even Rusty, the robot assistant mechanic, is moved. Is moved by this inspiring speech. So this inspiring speech feat, what bonus does it actually confer?
I lost that page.
Oh, that's okay. We'll come back to it.
I'll let you know.
Thanks. Awesome. So,
I'd like to do a quick assessment of our cargo space, see
Yeah.
what we have.
uh-huh.
Do a quick check to make sure that our loading and staging areas are ready to go. What do we have in terms of personnel on the ship?
You've got about half a dozen other people from Hill City with you. Most notably, there's Patty, who is the ship's steward, who hasn't had a lot to do yet because you haven't been out long enough for him to have to cook a meal or do any laundry. But there's also Rusty, the mechanic, who you've been working pretty closely with as you've been learning and rebuilding the ship's systems over the last year together.
Yeah.
I do want to point out at this time that I just had the opportunity because of Rusty, the robotic assistant mechanic. I just got to write down Rusty Robot Ass Mech.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
I
everybody.
didn't realize until it was done.
You've got 4 extra hit points
What?
Nice.
because my level is 2 and my charisma modifier is 2
Ooh. How long does that last for?
until their next long rest.
Oh, dang. So all
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avoid naps.
Well, I mean, as long as they're short.
Avoid long naps. No REM patterns.
No.
No REM patterns.
No
Important.
REM patterns.
Cool. So, yeah, you come in and start circling the town. You lived in Keystone very briefly. Getty did. So you recognize... oh, let me get back to that thing you said you were doing. Checking the cargo bay, making sure everything's staged and stuff. Yes, the cargo bay is basically empty right now, except for your RV, which is taking up about a quarter of it.
Well, I'm assuming I've probably already stowed it in the back. Do you want me to go use this as an excuse to describe the RV, or?
Yeah, tell me a little bit about this RV.
All right. So the RV, probably once upon a time before the war, was a toy hauler, which is a large fifth wheel with a garage space in the back where one could also haul a vehicle. The toy hauler was fitted on probably a military truck, like a Mancat or something like that. So a very compact cab. The inside of it is very comfortable. It probably was at one point a luxury toy hauler, but it since has been rebuilt. The fiberglass is long gone. It's painted. It's neat. It actually doesn't look like it's cobbled together out of street signs, which, given the state of affairs these days, is quite an improvement. the solar panels on top. It's got a little foldable bivouac that sits above the cab. It's packed up now, of course, because we're inside a boxcar.
Yeah.
The inside is comfortable, but we don't need to go inside right now.
Yes. So it's securely like how do you keep this thing from moving around? Do you just like put the parking brake on, or do you chain it?
Well, it very likely has some pneumatic struts that actually level it out so it doesn't roll on the wheels.
Oh, yeah.
And some large manual brakes and blocks.
Yeah.
So it's probably actually been tied down and secured.
Cool. Yeah, everything's good to go. You're looking to pick up today, not drop off. So
Yeah.
all the doors and stuff are clear. You're good to go.
And I'll take that thing out in hostage situation, so it's not going anywhere today.
And I want to talk a little bit about your garden, because Fennec, the druid, is tending plants on the Calamity Jane.
Yes.
So, like, you have like a hydroponic setup, or do you have some like pots? Do you have a planter box?
I think it's probably more hydroponic.
Yeah.
I think that would fit better in here. Mostly because like you can secure it more. I'm basically during this time, it's one of our first times like going for this long and like taking off. So I'm making sure everything's secure. I'm like paying attention to like, how's the plant moving? Is it, what's going on?
Make a nature check for me.
Okay. That is 16 plus 4 is 20.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, so you're going through and you're sort of double checking all the work because you tried to anticipate, the challenges of these plants being on an airship, and you turns out that you anticipated them real well. You're reasonably certain, like even if this, like you do find a couple of things you can fix, like the vibration from the engines is shaking this loose, but if I tighten that up, then it'll be good for ever.
Awesome.
So, yeah, your plants are doing great.
Yay! I love my plants.
While since this is our maiden voyage, whilst everyone's inspecting things, we're in like communication. So I'm going to do a couple of hard banks in either direction. To
really do that.
A couple of hard banks in either direction to make sure that things are able to, like when we're moving drastically, we're still like everything's still in place. We're not worrying about things falling off in the middle of, say, we run into something unpleasant later.
But you do make, of course, an announcement on the intercom.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're doing a sky check, thank you, and out.
Everyone bolt yourselves down. Make sure, keep your eyes on everything. The safety seatbelt sign has been turned on.
I want to talk about what it looks like when you're up in the cockpit or on the bridge actually flying this thing. So I want to ask you some questions.
Sure.
So something we worked out is that you usually have like 2 different outfits that you'll switch between.
Yeah.
So when you're in pilot mode, are you in like
that's
woodsy
my
ranger
wear.
gear, or that's
my formal wear.
Your uniform?
When we're getting ready to set down, like after we've scoped everything out, then I'm going to change into my ranger gear.
Okay.
But I mean, captain needs to be presentable.
Mm-hmm.
That's something my dad really drilled into me. Is especially command on a ship needs to be presentable. So while I'm getting ready to be captain, or at least pilot, then I want to be formally dressed.
And typically when you're flying, is Peregrine, your drone companion, flying around the cockpit with you, or is he landed on something?
He's landed on my backpack.
Okay.
Yeah, I still have like a shoulder strap that's specifically designed for him to hook onto.
Nice. But he's there with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Does
Cool.
he help you navigate?
Not currently. I mean, GPS doesn't work anymore, so there's very little a simple drone can do to help me with navigation.
He keeps you company.
He keeps me company.
Wind currents?
He answers questions for me. Like the rubber ducky theory in programming?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Peregrine is my rubber ducky.
Nice.
I think you're going to have to explain that one.
Oh, go for it.
No, you're the one who brought it up.
Okay, so rubber ducky theory is when you're checking your background stuff to make, like, if something goes wrong and you don't know why, you explain to this little rubber duck or similar device that this is this is what this does, and this does this because of this. And in this situation, it's like, did I remember to pull the throttle back to ease through this mountain range? Do I have enough lift? Okay, cool. Yep, I'm going to adjust the lift and make sure that I've got enough lift going on. And, okay, and that looks like a cloud bank over there. So let's keep away from the cloud bank for now. So basically the rubber ducky theory is you use an inanimate object to self-assess everything that you've done and everything that you're doing.
And so you're technically not inanimate. Drone
that's true.
Is your rubber ducky while you're piloting.
Yeah.
That's adorable, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, Peregrine.
So you're coming in, circling the town to have a look-see at things. Anyone who wants to can be on lookout and make perception checks.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm piloting, does that include me?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and make a perception check.
That's a 14 plus 5, so 19.
Ooh. Nope. That's a 9.
Guess you're distracted driving.
I got a 5. I'm really looking at my own hand.
So that was 19, you said? Mm-hmm. And what did
15.
Getty get? 15? Okay, so the two of you, from wherever you are observing from.
I climbed to a very good vantage point, clearly.
There's little platforms at the fore and aft on top of the envelope, maybe,
Okay.
where there's a little attachment point for, like, your airship has one defensive cannon that you have to tote back and forth depending on where you need it to be. Mm-hmm. But those platforms are good for, like, doing lookout from.
Okay, so I'm at the 4.
Nice. So big airship, things about like 400 feet long or so, and at the top.
Yes, exactly. Holding on. Barely.
And Getty's probably watching from the cargo bay.
Yeah.
So this thing's built out of a series of boxcars that are attached together, and like the interior walls taken out, so it's just a shell. But all those boxcars still have their big rolly doors, so you can at any point just open one up and hang out, watch.
I'll probably clip myself before I do that, but yes.
Oh yeah. Cool. And what you guys see is that so the town's mostly overgrown now. The trees have come in and come back, and there are very few roofs that are intact and not covered in something. There's many more buildings that, because they haven't been maintained in years and years, like the roofs have fallen in, including the one that was sort of designated as your main point of interest in Keystone, which is the big warehouse next to the antique train yard. And you spot what looks to Fennec like. Fennec's the one who notices the deer, about 3 of them. When the airship is closest to that antique, that warehouse by the old rail yard, they run out of the warehouse and stop and watch.
Is that normal for deer to do?
Not so much. Not really.
Okay, so I'm
watching intently.
I'm gonna swing down and let the pilot know, because he has one of those things that he can make noises to everybody with. And so that this can be conveyed to the crew, so that everyone can make a choice about it.
Yes.
How high are we above the ground?
That's sort of up to the pilot. How high above you?
I'm gonna say about, should we say 200 feet? Just to make sure that we're close enough that we can see everything, but far enough away that anything that sees us probably won't be able to attack.
Sure. And that's about as far away as Fennec can get that detail. So, with her sharp...
Keen senses.
Keen senses. What sort of details were you scanning for? Because you definitely rolled high enough that you get something useful out of this.
I was very interested to see what remnants there were, if any, of the Olympia expedition which I came with.
You remember that they were camped near the rail yard because there was a lot of good open space for setting up their long-term encampment. You do spy some familiar shapes that have, like, you're like, oh, those are some of the tents or the vehicles, overgrown.
I'll make a mark of it because if there's anywhere I can find good gear, it will be there.
Yeah.
Is there anything my character would know about deer being overly aware of us, like of that weird behavior? What is there anything my character would know about that? Or just that it's weird?
You'd know. You've been spending a fair amount of time in the woods, becoming one with, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't make you roll for it. It's not regular deer behavior. Mm-hmm. You get this feeling like you're being watched. Like this feels like the lookouts.
Okay.
For something else.
Okay.
Andrew, do you think now would be a good time to tell our viewers about the glow?
Oh, sure. No, actually,
Okay.
It's just gonna come up.
Okay, it's going to come up. All right. Because that's why I want to know how high we were. Because if we were within 60 feet,
How high are we?
Oh, then you could scan.
then I could.
I've decided to remain sober till after the
Yeah,
show.
so we'll
was
come
discussed.
over, and then I within 60 feet, I will start my corrupted by the glow sense, divine sense to you paladin fans at home.
Yeah, so that's where you guys are going to start to
Very
see
cool.
we've tweaked the classes and stuff somewhat to fit the new context. So there's, divine sense doesn't quite fit, but yeah. Cool. Noted. You do a pass, and those are the things you see. You saw creepy deer.
3 creepy deer.
3.
It's a magical number.
All with antlers. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Aren't in a sense all numbers magical numbers? When you really think about it. They're all prime.
So what's the next move, guys? You have the initiative. You have the airship, and so far nothing has flown out to greet you or been fired at you. So,
Cargo bay secure. I'm going to roll up the door, unclip myself, and head on up to the bridge to meet up with everybody.
Well, I didn't see anything. I think we should just go ahead and land now.
So my character came down to discuss this with the pilot. That there are 3 deer that are very aware of our presence. They seem like lookouts, possibly for something else. It could be related. I'm not sure, but it looks like they know we're here, and that might mean something more.
That's interesting. That's probably not good. Should we run away? Or
I'm not
should we-
suggesting we run away.
Okay, I'm thinking it pretty hard. Should we land in the middle, or should we land on the outside? How do we want to do this?
We expected trouble with glow issues. That was something we thought was going to happen. Our crew, outside of us, who can fight?
everybody.
But I'm not sure we need to send everyone in on this. We'll need a bunch of people to guard the ship, right? So maybe we should just send our true elite.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So that's 4?
I suppose we're an away team.
You and me, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sounds good?
We could also maybe send Peregrine ahead to check it out.
That's not a bad idea. We could also just fly closer to like 60, 50 feet and do another buzz and see if that brings in any more attention.
They've
Or
definitely
arrows.
seen us.
Or arrows.
They know
Yeah.
where we are.
Mm-hmm. We could play pinata and see what happens.
But we'd be the pinata.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I don't want to be the pinata.
Have I had the opportunity to have any kind of recording equipment installed in the ship yet?
Any what equipment?
Any sort of recording equipment yet? Sensors of any sort, like I'm talking like cameras, anything.
No.
Well, we barely got flying.
Yeah. But it can very easily be on your wish list of things to look out for.
It is.
So, all right.
I vote go down now.
No reason not to.
And
Yeah.
come down on ropes.
Oh,
On
like
the
so, like
outskirts or above them?
Right above them. They know we're here. They're going to follow us.
so we should just jump straight into the dead center.
Yep.
Okay, like land or like
No, we're going to...
we're gonna yeah.
Yeah.
There's a word for
What-
that.
what is that?
Abseil. Repel.
Repel.
Repel. Yeah.
We have someone we can leave command of the ship with that can fly it?
Yeah, can someone take the helm?
Yeah. Actually.
Or I could just stay up here on the ship with my bow and send Peregrine down with y'all, and I can be your eyes in the sky.
Well, there's heavy cover, though. I will bring up.
Heavy cover everywhere? Because, I mean, as long as it's less than full cover, I don't really mind that much. It's not really that much. I'm a pretty sharp shooter, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh.
If I can address not Theo, but Corwin.
Yeah?
Should we, philosophically, should we be splitting the party in the very first session?
That's a very good point.
But wherever Peregrine goes, a little bit of Theo goes with him.
That may be true, but this is also the first session.
Come on down, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Its price
I'll make
is
sure I got both
not
my
going to
swords
get
on
mentioned
me,
because that might be a cop.
as well as the bow.
All right. Rusty clanks up to the bridge. And
Rusty, you have control.
You have the helm.
You have the helm.
The con.
Thanks, Theo. And he just settles into the pilot's chair in a way like his joints articulate differently from yours, so it looks like he's relaxing way too hard down into this thing. But that's just his way.
Is that why the robot's hand is like this on the wheel?
Yes.
He's doing the lean.
But
That's
the foot
how
out
I
the
drive.
window, that seems unprofessional.
You just
Only in LA.
Right?
you leave Rusty alone.
Yeah. So, cool. Your main point of interest that they sent you to go check out was that warehouse. So if you wanted to just pop, hold station over the warehouse and abseil down, or also there's enough room to set the airship down entirely adjacent to it, like where the tracks are.
It might be best for us to check the situation out and secure a landing zone before we drop the ship down. That way we also have the opportunity to think about what we're going to want to take from town, maybe gather some of it up if we could, put it on and go. I mean, it's not like this place is going to get any less hostile the longer we stay.
Do we have a way to communicate with the airship from the ground?
Peregrine?
You could shout.
Yeah, I mean, if they're just 30 feet up.
Yeah, you're a little short on radios, so that's also something on the shopping list for you guys.
We could, we just got cantrips.
I have cantrips.
What you got?
Primal savagery and guidance.
I guess I'm using prestidigitation to be a flare gun.
Okay, just a awesome.
Different colors for different situations.
Red for hostile, green for good, blue for totally safe,
Great.
Nice.
Yeah.
and yellow for
And are we going to do the rappel thing, or are we going to
that's repel.
Yeah,
land
let's
on the
rappel.
outskirts and walk on in?
Repelling's badass.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
We're
right.
adventurers, not just murder hobos. So adventurers repel. Murder hobos creep in from the side of town.
Is Biscuit coming?
Biscuit's at home.
Oh.
Like
Yeah,
when Biscuit
Bis-
going in an airship. We haven't even brought up Biscuit yet.
Oh.
Yeah, Biscuit's safely back in Hill City. Why would Biscuit be along?
I don't know.
Who's
Biscuit
Biscuit?
Who's Biscuit?
Who's Biscuit? You'll find out. We'll leave it at that.
All right. Yeah. No. There's a heavy metal guitar riff as you guys clip in.
So
Get your ropes.
I'm
Yeah.
going to clip in, but I'm going to go both first and last. I'm going to send Peregrine down, and then I'm going to watch y'all go down, and then I'm going to stand there for 2 or 3 minutes, waiting to see what happens. And then if nothing happens, then I'll come down.
Okay.
Ready in action.
Great. So so you send Peregrine down.
Yeah.
And then who's after the drone? Oh.
I'll go.
All right.
Sounds like a security officer thing to do.
Do you wait for the scouting report from the drone, or do
Sure.
you just?
What's he say?
Yeah, give me a drone handling check.
Drone handling check?
Yep.
Okay. That is a 15.
A 15. So I mentioned that there was the roof is partially collapsed from this warehouse. So he goes in through some of those big cracks that appear to have like trees and stuff poking up out of. And go ahead and give me a perception roll for Peregrine.
I don't have Peregrine's stats yet.
That's okay. I think he has a +3 on perception.
Okay.
So.
Oh, 12.
12. Nice. The Dungeon Master rolls for no reason.
Nothing to do with anything.
So he's scanning around, swinging that camera back and forth to give you a view of what's going on down there. So it's a warehouse with a bunch of tall racks like you'd see in a warehouse. A bunch of them have tipped over, spilling whatever was stored there. But this place was part of a town that was lively and healthy until about 6 years ago. So there's a lot of containers broken open on the ground, a lot of regular goods spilled around, just stuff like furniture and housewares and things like that. And what Peregrine sees, well ahead of it making its charge, is one of those deer that Fennec spotted coming around a rack and like squaring up to charge, and then it looks like it stops and is like, it's got a bit of a, oh shit, I got made look in its eyes, and then it trots away into concealment.
Is it trotting away like a deer trotting away, or is it trotting away like it looks like it really wants to be whistling?
Like a deer. Okay.
So
something went over my head, and I'll catch up on that later.
So you know when you see
yeah.
It's like,
nothing to see here.
Yeah.
No, it's like, it knows I'm here. Deer away.
Nonchalant deer would be also very strange.
Yeah.
It would. Yeah. This one very chalant.
Okay.
Just minding its own business, just trying to keep its antlers, to the grindstone, Just keep track of its essential business, whatever it holds dear.
There it is. Thank you.
You know I was going there eventually for a pun.
I have one too.
So I'm gonna rappel on down.
Okay.
With that.
I was gonna put my hand on Yolanda's chest and go, "Oh dear, wait," and then he explained to you that there is in fact a deer running around inside.
Yeah.
But then that didn't happen.
I got something.
Yeah.
I got something for that.
Okay.
That's my axe. And
You rappel on down?
I rappel on down, and when I get within my 60 feet, I start scanning with my divine sense to see if anything around here has been corrupted by the glow.
Yeah. All around you.
Oh, okay.
You detect at least, you detect 3 mutated beasts nearby within 60 feet.
Okay.
That's what you got.
That's what I got.
So you're there. Do you stop at the roof, or do you go all the way down into the warehouse?
I'll go ahead and stop at the roof and,
Cool.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go on after you.
Come on.
All right, I'll go and I'll rappel on down, and I'll land next to Yolanda, and I will then proceed to pull out a flashlight, or we'll keep using prestidigitation, actually. I'll
For the light effect?
Well, also because I want to get to describing my nanotech.
Yeah, so you're using a spell. How does that look when Getty uses prestidigitation?
Getty has got his body full of nanites, and he can conjure them as needed to create mechanical devices. Over time, Getty works on these. Go into the details of how that works specifically a little bit later, but for the moment, I appear to be fumbling with some sort of invisible UI only I can see. As I pull up basically what appears to be a flashlight, it materializes in my hand from effectively hammer space. I don't actually even need to grab it. It just kind of floats in the air. Just looking around, and I'm going to go ahead and make a Knowledge Arcana check. We just call it Arcana now in 5th edition.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at the glow effect that we're seeing around us.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. If you're trained in it.
But
oh wait, Jack of all trades. Never mind.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I only rolled a 9.
Oh.
But I think, are we going to start with inspiration here or not? Or dry?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that brings up a great point. You do all start with inspiration.
Oh.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and make myself try. And I'm going to feel a little inspired. I'm going to roll again. And this time I roll a 21 to scope out what we're really looking at in terms of glow contamination.
Okay, so what you're getting here is that... So you're familiar with, from your trek from Washington and your experience living in and around this area for the last several years. Excuse me. That the vegetation, the fact that it's overgrown so completely, like, that's pretty normal for the area. I'm sorry. Hey, Jared, could you give me some water? Thanks. In terms of what you can actually detect easily for things like mutated creatures, you'll actually have to spot them to see. That'd be great. Thank you.
So much for inspiration. Blew it in plants.
Oh, that's right. You did use your inspiration on that. Thank you.
No, don't make it magic now. I blew it in plants.
Yeah, and you rolled really well, too, so that's why I want to make sure you're getting something actually usable out of this.
I'll mention the 3 creatures that are definitively mutated by the glow. Just
Okay.
help you along.
Take a closer look.
So what you got is, when you do see those things, you have already rolled really well, so you'll be able to instantly interpret that. That's what's up. Great. So you came on down. You're also at the roof. Does Fennec follow?
Fennec is following, yes.
Boom. You're there. Not going to make you roll to repel. It would just be really lame if you all fell and broke your legs like the very first thing.
Don't you know that's how real gamers do it? You know, they always roll every single thing for every
No, real gamers die in character creation.
That's clearly how it works. That's fun.
Said what?
That's hardcore.
So, yeah, there's 3 of you standing by a big crack in a roof over a warehouse.
Would you like to join us?
Nothing's gonna come out onto the roof, is it? Okay. I jump on down.
All right, you're there. There are 4 of you standing next to a big crack in a roof over a warehouse.
Let's do this thing. I jumped the rest of the way down.
All right.
Can we look through? Did we look through first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
What was
think
down
I
below?
can also
Sorry, I looked at
explain-
this thing and.
It was the warehouse that in the at least one deer.
Yeah.
No, I mean, did we look through the crack already?
Oh, yeah, that's what we're
Peregrine
talking
did.
about going
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Whatever's
it's
in there's
clear?
hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's about another 30 feet to the ground, but you've got enough rope if you just want to keep rappelling down. All right, you're there. You're surrounded by racks, about half of which are they've done the library bookshelf gag thing where like one fell and knocked the other one down, knocked the other one down. So there's, it looks like a bunch of cards leaning against each other. On one half of the warehouse, the other, they're all standing. Things are still strewn about the floor. Tons of like just shrubs and stuff are in here, and there is at least one, what looks like a spruce tree, just shooting up through the smashed concrete floor.
That's really high for 5 or 6 years.
Sure is.
Especially on the inside of a building where it probably doesn't get a lot of sun.
Yeah, it looks like it gets a fair amount through the many holes in the ceiling.
So can we see the regular person exit?
Yeah, you totally can.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not blocked or anything. In fact, actually, one of the big doors on the side, big rolly doors for regular warehouse purposes, is open. And the other exits and stuff aren't blocked.
Great.
So,
Let's find the good stuff and assemble it near the door.
What do we have?
so go ahead and toss me perception rolls.
Only a 10.
Wow.
It's your job.
11.
Woo! That is a very average result.
21.
Hey.
8.
I ate another. That's
No.
Oh.
No. Sorry.
It's all good. You're the one who's not surprised when the deer reappear.
Okay.
So, following those perception rolls, also give me initiative. All right. Anyone get above a 20?
Oh. I got a 12.
Cool.
got a 9.
Is that an 8? 9. So 12, 9, 8. Wait, 12, 9, 8. And Holly, what you got?
What's my modifier on initiative again?
Dex.
Dex?
Yeah.
Oh. 6.
All right.
We
It's pretty straightforward.
I was hoping I'd get a little no. I was like,
No.
wait, is it? No.
We did a good thing going into a dark, ruined, creepy-ass, abandoned warehouse where deer were obviously posting a guard. Normal things, so we jumped right in.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I probably wouldn't have jumped right in
You're too
again for the same. But
Are you-
If this is, I would have been
Been up-
standing on the roof the same way I was standing in the cargo beforehand.
No.
You're
But
still.
if we all jumped in, we all jumped in.
I think it's reasonable that you'd be sort of
Hiding.
hiding.
Maybe you just rappel
Overwatch.
down to the top of one of the racks rather than all the way down to the ground.
Well, I think if you're going first, you need to be our deer repellent. So I'll just hang back a little bit.
No, I'm here for this. Whenever, I get to me.
Also, you're a repellent in, so this makes sense.
Oh, yeah, I see.
It's going to be like that.
Really?
Okay.
Really?
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Getty and Fennec. I'm still getting used to writing down all the character names. Episode 1. Woo! All right. So, here's what it looks like. Is Fennec goes before the deer. So Fennec is the one who sees them. They've gone all the way back around, and you're watching from up top. The other three of you have been moving through and sorting through the goods, and you're finding good, important stuff like electronics, unused chemicals, mechanical parts, like the good stuff.
What about food?
Huh?
What about food?
Ooh, no food. Some empty sacks that look like they've been broken into.
Canned meat?
Not in this warehouse. Fennec hears them. They've regrouped outside the big door and are charging in from the outside.
Okay. So of course, I'm gonna do speak with animals.
Awesome.
You gotta be you, man.
Because I don't know, we're in their space. I get that they're not comfortable with that.
Yeah.
It's not like we haven't been introduced yet. We
It's
should
true.
have a formal introduction. So I'm gonna do speak with animals. So that's 10 minutes duration on me to communicate with beasts.
You can now communicate with beasts.
Cool.
Do you say anything to lead it off, or?
Yeah. So I'm gonna introduce myself.
Uh-huh.
Hey, we're here. We're looking for like what happened to the city. Some of our people used to be here, and we just wanted to check in. Do you live here? Are we in your home?
So this is while they're charging. They're closing the 30-foot
Yeah.
gap in between the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll persuasion. See
Okay.
if you calm these beasts at all, or.
I mean, my character would be trying to have a conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. That is I don't get proficiency bonus on that.
If you're not trained, no.
Do I add charisma or anything?
You do add charisma, yes.
Okay. Which is a 0, so I get 16.
16, that's pretty high. You understand the one that is leading when it says in Deerish, so no one else can. No one else thinks like, oh my god, this animal's talking. It says. Bring. The one in front says, kill the others, bring her back to the leader.
So this of course goes to, unfortunately, viewers at home would have no idea about this, but in previous game sessions we determined that Monica can't talk to cops.
So as a bonus action, I can turn into an animal.
Oh.
Because it's great being a druid of the Circle of the Moon.
Sure is.
So
sure is. What kind of animal?
Since that didn't work out, I'm going to transform
into
a cheetah.
Oh.
Because I can.
Because you can. So this is an ability that you've recently acquired.
I just acquired it.
Okay.
One of my best friends growing up was a cheetah. And we had a really good connection. And, I wanted to be just like him. And so he was kind of like my grandpa. That's not my grandpa. But, we had this real connection. And then he sadly passed away. But I want to carry on his tradition. And I recently found out that I could transform into him. And it's the best.
So this is really to honor your papa.
Have you shared with the rest of us before that you can turn into a cheetah? Because I would find this information very surprising.
I mean, I generally walk around with ears or a tail or something, so you might not be super surprised. You might be like, oh, she's reached the full, she's gone full cat now.
Okay. I just wanted to say to myself, she's a motherfucking cheetah.
No one's stopping you, really.
Okay.
I mean,
I say that.
Okay.
I think I would have known, since we do hang out in the forests all of the time, which is probably where you would have been practicing turning into animals.
Yeah, and we don't talk. We just hang out.
Yeah.
Just happen to be next to each other.
Yeah, we happen to be in the same part of the woods, but we're not actually, interacting.
No.
So, you just found out. Would the doctor know?
Probably very familiar with wild shaping. Ran into some druids in East Desiree when we were younger.
Oh, okay.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. So this is probably the first time you've seen Fennec manifested, but you're like, oh yeah, I know that thing.
Yeah.
So when you turn into a fucking cheetah, the deer basically scream the deer equivalent of, oh shit, that's a cheetah.
I'm amazed the deer is so educated.
Big scary cat. And they were charging in unison, but they split their formation up and go around you. They're giving you a wide berth.
I respect that.
It is their turn. This round is just Fennec and the deer, and then everyone will come in on the next round. So the deer are going to lower their heads and charge, and 2 of them are coming straight for Yolanda. Does a 9 hit you?
No, I have a 14.
Awesome.
Armor class.
Then
and I'm insulted a little bit right now.
We can't blame a dungeon master for trying.
I know.
If a 9, to move on, if a 9 doesn't hit you, a 6 definitely doesn't.
No.
So,
can I talk about my badass waistmail?
Yes, we can definitely talk about your badass waistmail.
I have badass waistmail. It is scrap metal that has been brought together and forged into small links in a chainmail-like fashion, but it does give me a nice little AC.
Yeah, and so they don't hit you. Did you dodge them, or did you just flex and make them bounce off?
I think I did the thing where I deflected them as they were running by.
Uh-huh.
So they kind of go,
Nice. Another one, the third, comes for Getty. How about a 12?
12 doesn't hit me.
Does not hit you.
No.
How do you evade this deer-tastrophe?
Well, I am
barreling
wearing
towards
armor.
you?
I have a leather duster over my formal attire. But I figure I'd actually probably just dodge.
Yeah. You evade the deer. It barrels past you. And
I evade the deer.
And it slows down a bit afterwards, and hoof, hoof, hoof on concrete sounds as it wheels around. When they got close to you, you noticed that they have big racks of scary-looking antlers, but they also have... You've probably at least seen pictures of giraffes. You know how they have those weird little fuzzy balls on their heads? In between their ears, they also each have two little giraffe-like fuzzy balls on their heads.
So is Getty's earlier role of Arcana kicking in now?
Yeah. It definitely is.
Damn well better. That was a waste of inspiration otherwise.
That's some kind of adaptation, and the fact that they all have it suggests to you that it's some kind of...
Shared genetic trait.
Yeah. Well, it's so close to their brains that it probably has something to do with, like, psychic connection.
Those bulbs on the giraffe's head are actually antlers, but they already have antlers, so while they might look like it, might be just an increased size of lobe, a brain cavity.
Could be. You might have to dissect one to find out. Or ask them. Some people can talk to them, apparently.
I'm not one of those people, but I do have scalpels in my doctor's bag.
Or you can bring them back and my dad will dissect it.
That's true. You could dissect it. Any one of us, in fact, could dissect it. Although I think you and I would actually dissect it. I think that the vision that Yolanda or Theo might have involving dissection might be a bit messier.
A little bit more butchering.
Well, I
How
don't.
tasty is this?
I'm not about talking shit. So, if butchering is the direction you want to take it, that's fine. I won't call it that. It's really up to you.
So it's Theo's turn. So you hear and see all this happening underneath you.
So would I say, did the deer kind of like charge, contact, and then move away? Or would we say they are locked in combat?
The two that are on Yolanda are locked in combat.
Okay.
The one that Getty dodged is not within 5 feet of him or whatever.
So would I say that this would be advantageous to me when it comes to shooting them?
Do you have an ability that gives you advantage when...
Oh, no. I'm just used to rogues. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So I am going to pull out an arrow.
Okay.
And I am going to let her fly.
Are you going to use your bow for this?
Yes.
Okay, I just thought I'd be a smartass and...
No, I'm just going to throw it.
Yeah.
Yes.
What you got?
I got a crit.
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah. First combat throw is a crit.
Nice.
I call that a good sign.
We're off to a great start. Why don't you roll me damage?
Okay.
Do some violence, Theo.
Yeah. So this is 1d10, 2d10, or 1d10 doubled.
Double the... Roll twice as many dice. Yes.
Roll twice as many dice?
Yes.
Okay.
Dice so nice, you gotta roll them twice.
Yeah. So this is this plus 7. No, plus 5. Because it's plus 7 to hit, but plus 5 for damage. That'll do.
Oh!
Does
So-
it look good?
It looks real good.
It'll look good.
A 9 and an 8.
That's a 14 plus 5. That's 19.
That's a chef kiss.
Nice.
Right.
And that's not even.
Oh.
Yeah. That's not my sharpshooter.
Is
That's
that
just
what
straight.
butchering is like?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's really more of a skewering because we're talking about arrows here.
Yeah.
You know.
It had...
Well done, sir.
It had 12 hit points, and now it has negative hit points. Yeah. You've hunted deer before.
Yeah. this was just like reflex. I mean, I saw the deer running, and I wasn't even really thinking. I just knocked and shot, and right heart shot, just straight down.
And refresh me, was it one of the two on Yolanda?
It was one of the two. Yes, it was one of the two on Yolanda, because I was hoping for the roguish thing, but I don't have roguish things, so yeah.
Right. Well, that was darn near roguish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone watching from another, perspective is like, was there a rogue in here? That looked like a sneak attack. But no, you're just that good with the bow.
Yeah.
Right. So these two
nature.
were locked up on you, and then one of them collapses.
That's helpful.
With a very sad deer braying noise, and then
What does that translate to?
fuck. And that one is no longer with us.
We'll always have our
Tear.
deer memories.
Cheetah tear.
Single solitary.
Hey Getty, you just dodged a deer. What are you gonna do next?
Well, I'm going to materialize another one of my machines. This time it appears to be some sort of medical device, but some sort of there appears to be a tank that appears to on my back. We have a tube leading towards a small hand applicator. Dangling below appears to be a mask, and it appears that some sort of attachment has been slapped on. And it looks like almost like a gas gun. Grab it and blast the deer with a large clap. I just punched the mic. I'm sorry about that. Blast the deer with it. It's the sleep spell.
Nice.
And
is there a saving throw involved?
there will be. By the way, I refer to it as the anesthetic gun, but
Nice.
it's the sleep spell. All right. So here's the rules. I'm going to go ahead and roll 5d8 dice. That indicates how many hit points worth of creature I can affect. I'm assuming the two deer are not near each other enough for me to hit them both, or the two deer are a little
What's the radius on the spell?
We're looking at a radius of 20 feet. The
20
point I
feet?
choose within 20 feet of said point. So the deer can be 40 feet apart.
Yeah, they're within.
Okay.
They're close enough to get both of them.
And it's going to be 3...
Spraying that gas everywhere.
Actually, I'm going to jot this down because you're 3, 8... 8, yes. And 2 and 8. Oh, jeez.
Ooh, that's a lot of 8s.
Yeah, this is-
D8.
It's pretty good. It's 24 plus 5, 29 hit points worth of deer.
Okay. So
Now,
they-
said deer, starting with the creature that's the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by the spell will fall unconscious. Doesn't say anything here about a save.
oh, well then, these deer fall unconscious.
Yes. I'm going to just grab
Yep,
this
go for it.
real quick
So,
before I just save or die, and not even give you the dignity of a save or die.
I mean, this is pretty.
Sleep or sleep.
Yeah.
I usually play evocation casters. I mean, like I'm just used to you blow it up till it's dead.
Ah.
No, I see nothing about a saving throw.
All right.
Your deer's screwed.
And how long does the sleep last?
Oh, it lasts a minute.
Oh, okay.
Long enough.
Or
For
until
me to
it's attacked.
decapitate them?
If that's the direction in which you want to take this,
Well, unless you want to start a vivisection.
my name is my last name is Dela Cruz, not Goebbels. No, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Mengele. Some standards.
So the one that was squaring back up against you, like, had started to do its like stomp hoof, get ready to come back at you, and then it's like it slips and rolls over and starts deer snoring right away. The one that's on you looks bewildered and steps back a few feet, and then like falls back on its haunch, and then rolls over and falls asleep.
All right. Well, that's adorable. But now it's my turn? Or it's been a gun this round, I'm sorry.
Then it is Fennec after
Yeah.
Getty.
Okay.
Fennec, what up? You're a cheetah. How cool is that?
How are any of them awake? I think we have.
They're all unconscious
yeah,
or dead.
2 sleeping deer and 1 dead deer.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Well, if they're asleep, that's not a really good opportunity to make friends.
And that's our t-shirt, guys.
It's the fastest t-shirt. Yeah.
I'm gonna, since sleeping makes them prone.
Yes.
Okay, already prone. Cool.
So you can't knock them over.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go chew on them then. Let's do bite, I think.
All right. You attack with
What sounds
advantage
fun?
because it's incapacitated. So.
I just damaged them then?
Oh, you attack with advantage.
Oh, okay.
So
I can roll 2.
yeah.
Okay, we got an 11 and an 8. So let's go 11, and then that's plus 5, so 16.
16 to hit. That definitely hits it.
Okay.
Tell me about damage.
Let's see. I rolled a 1, so 1 plus 3 piercing damage
All right.
to bite. Yeah.
That's just like a little love nibbles.
I wanted to make friends. It was hard for me.
It's more of like a, oh, wake up.
Yeah, wake up. Arr. How are we gonna make friends if you're asleep?
I'm actually going to check something real quick.
Okay.
Nope. Oh, unconscious. Any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet. So roll that die again and add. Gonna add that damage.
Roll
Your
it-
damage die for
roll
the
damage
bite.
again?
Yeah.
And okay, and then add what?
And
Add it
just,
to-
just tell me what it is.
Okay, that's 3.
All right.
Would I add plus 3 again, or it just adds the 3?
It just adds the 3.
Okay.
So you take a
Yay.
big old chomp. The deer's awake again.
That's fair.
Starts kicking.
Not happy about it.
Yeah, we'll see when we get back around to its turn. We'll see what its reaction is. But it's not looking great. It looks very chewed on
Okay.
by an apex predator. So
Yeah.
it's having a rough day.
Aw. I don't feel good about it.
Then it's definitely Yolanda's turn.
In that case, I would like to chop the head off the other deer.
Okay. Roll
So-
to attack with advantage.
Okay.
If it hits, it's an automatic crit because it's unconscious.
20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh, well then. All right.
So
well,
your crit is an automatic crit.
So my crit is a crit to crit.
Crit that crit.
yo dog.
I heard you like crits.
Yeah.
Well, roll me critical hit damage.
Okay, so is that 2 of my...
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
17? Yeah.
Yeah.
even
Okay. You said you were going to decapitate it.
Yeah.
It is done.
Yeah, I figured.
Um.
Hey, Getty, do you want to take a look at this?
Do you mean the decapitated deer?
Well, no, the thing on its little decapitated
Oh, it's
top.
obvious bulge in its
It's antennae.
cranium. I'm going to take a look. But probably not here. I pick up the head.
You see? Portable.
Head get. Then it's the remaining deer's turn, and that deer scrambles to its feet. It is terrified of the cheetah that is up in its grill. And you still had that speak with animals going, so you can understand it as it brays out in shock and dismay. Send the bear.
Oh, I don't know that.
And
I
then
don't think I can tell these people that this is happening. I have no way to convey this information as far as I know.
and then there is an answering roar from outside of the warehouse that you can understand. It is bearlish for on my way.
Nom nom.
What you all hear is "Mrrr." Whoa. Then the deer, you know what? It's going to be brave. It's going to try to smack the cheetah
I respect that.
with the antlers. And it's going to roll a total of 7 to hit you. And
It doesn't work this time, but
No.
good go.
yeah,
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah.
That was when game recognized game.
does sound a little gamey to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. And
It's all
then
in the game, yo.
And then we're getting to the point initiative that says bear on it. And loping through that big door that the deer had run in to attack you through from the outside is a hulking brown bear. It's also got 2 little fuzzy balls between its ears. And it lopes in on all fours and sort of looks at the cheetah and looks at the one with the axe and looks at the man in the suit.
Severed deer head and a sleep gun. Everything's fine here.
Yeah. Yeah. Holding the head. And then it narrows back down on Yolanda and charges.
You
Is
know who
there-
it didn't see?
Yeah.
I can talk back to them. Can I do that as
True.
like a free action?
Yeah,
or
what would
do I have to-
your reaction be? Yeah, let's let you get some words in here.
What do you have to say?
I haven't met the bear yet. I need to say hey.
Okay.
It's you know.
It's only
so
polite.
I'm gonna.
Hey, girl.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be like, hey bear. We would like to be able to do this peacefully. We're sorry we interrupted. That's about it. I'm assuming I don't get a long time to say it, so it's probably just that.
Yeah, so this bear, is charging, quickly closes the distance to Yolanda,
Yeah.
and like up on its hind legs, and as it's bringing its paws down at Yolanda, like over its shoulder shoots a quick like, I don't care.
I'm sorry.
When the cops come to raid your party because you're all underage, it's Monica you send to go talk to the police. She's gonna make sure everything goes smoothly, no problem.
But
They're
this,
just like, I don't care. Rules be rules.
with the introduction of a bear, is a great time for us to take our break. So,
Announcements.
announcements. What we're going to do is we're going to say thank you to some awesome people who have been donating to the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was movement off camera and I wasn't.
I mean, I'm just surprised that, yeah.
Well,
This
if
is
they're
great.
Money changed hands.
Right.
Holy crap.
We actually already have a handful of donors, and I'm
What?
real excited to thank them.
Oh my goodness.
It's been so long since people threw money at me.
It's been.
It's kind of still my job.
It hasn't even been an hour and a half.
Salaxon says, enjoy this quick $5 and congrats on the new show. May the naughty numbers last forever.
Thank you, Salaxon.
yeah.
Thank you.
Is that a new product? No offense to your handle.
Wian_TW says, welcome new people and former DFA baddie. Thank you very much, William. Noxwar, thank you for donating. Noxwar says, first show full of new streamers to be HAVE fun all. It's spelled out.
I had to use my spelling skills. Have fun.
Have fun
Yeah.
all.
Have fun.
Stace
are.
Art Live sent us a few bucks and said, yay, Aloft. Stace Art Live, by the way, is Stacy, who has been generating most of the incredible artwork that you've seen on our Twitter and associated pages.
Wait a minute, Stacy. You made our character art for free and are now paying us. This is the opposite of how artists that work in commission is supposed to work, Stacy.
We're gonna
we love you.
We're gonna make sure Stacy's taken care of. And Gidgeteer says Hill City heart emoji. Thank you for the donation, Gidgeteer. And we are going to be back in about 10 minutes. Don't go nowhere.
Bye.
First, you need to mention we're going to do a shirt giveaway.
Oh yeah, shirt giveaway.
Run down this with you.
Awesome.
Basically, they need to know the keyword is exclamation point pride. If they want to enter the shirt giveaway, it's exclamation point pride.
I don't know if you guys heard any of that, but shirt giveaway, because we're giving away shirts during breaks on all our RPG shows throughout the month of June. If you want to be entered for the shirt giveaway, jump in the chat and use the keyword exclamation point pride.
That will work great as soon as I get to the right
Yeah,
Oh,
da, da, da,
yay.
da, da.
Yeah, keep doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back to the premiere of Aloft, a post-atomic romance here on GeekSpaceTV. My name's Andrew. I'm the Dungeon Master, in case you're just joining us. I have with us Monica and Holly and George and still Corwin.
Somehow.
And last time on, or rather before the break, the crew of the Calamity Jane in the post-apocalyptic future was exploring a warehouse in Keystone, South Dakota to bring back some supplies to their hometown when they were set upon by deer. And then a bear showed up. So, where we last left things is that the mighty druid, level 2, still pretty mighty. Mighty druid Fennec had shape-changed into a cheetah. Yolanda had brought Sheila down on one of those deer's necks.
It was asleep at the time.
Yeah, but that was still a really impressive stroke.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Passed away in its sleep.
Slaughtering a defenseless animal with your axe, which has a name, which is Sheila, which, in case you're wondering who Sheila is.
484.
Sweet. I interrupt this recap to announce the winner of the giveaway, Volps 484. You're going to be enjoying that sweet, sweet GeekSpaceTV shirt. As a reminder, we're doing giveaways of shirts during the breaks for all the RPG shows on this channel this month. So watch shows and participate in chat and get a really cool shirt. You can look in the chat for the link. It's awesome designs.
Happy Pride Month!
Woo! George's character,
Getty.
I'd like to call you Dr. De La Cruz just because
That's better. Do it.
Do it. It's so stately. I love it.
Go for it. Please.
Dr. De La Cruz had used his nanotech to cast the sleep spell, by which he conjured up a gas gun, basically, and anesthetized the deer. And Corwin, who is playing Theo, so Corwin didn't do any of this. Theo actually dropped an arrow through one of those attacking deer, critting it with the first attack roll you've made in the game.
Yeah.
So
first live one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kicking things off great.
Yeah.
And then a bear showed up. So this bear is currently attempting to maul. It's going to roll some dice and see how well it did. Yolanda, the paladin, is going to make one claws attack, and it's going to get less than a 10, and your air armor class is way better than a 10.
Yes, that didn't give you any claws for alarm.
So when you're being attacked by a bear,
Yes.
you fighting it off with the axe or
Yeah,
dodging?
I'm holding up the axe because my dream is to go and put that axe into its side as I do a clever slide by. I realize I'm going to be doing this for a couple of other people's turns, but when you get to my turn,
What's important is that you live your dreams.
yeah.
Earlier, because Speak with Animals is up on Fennec, you were attempting to parlay with the bear.
Yes.
And it said, don't care, when it went in to put the claws into Yolanda.
Yeah.
It's sort of locked on. You're wrestling it back with the axe.
It's a great axe.
Yeah. It's so versatile.
Yeah, it really is.
You can chop deer. You can wrestle bears. What can this thing not do?
I believe it's when you do this, it's actually wrestling bears.
Ah.
So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rosslyn. Your
Rosslyn.
Rosslyn axe. It looks over at the cheetah again. And it barks. Well, it doesn't bark. It roars because that's the noise that bears make. And you hear, through your Speak with Animals spell, you hear the word submit. Go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw, please. Nope, not wisdom. Charisma. Nope, not charisma. I was right about wisdom. Make it wisdom.
It's a
Yes.
20 plus my wisdom modifier, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. That is 18.
Okay. That is a good enough saving throw that you don't take a bunch of psychic damage, but you feel this voice of this bear like focusing a greater presence, and like as this attack comes in, you can briefly sense that there is like something permeating the town, like something that is watching and listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough. And then it's Theo's turn because we're back to the top of the initiative order.
Yeah, it is.
So tell me what Theo's about right now.
Can I real quick just say ow back to the bear? Just
Yes.
Yeah. Just ow. And now Theo. Sorry. Thank you.
Absolutely. No, this is important. Thank you.
So Theo totally forgot to do this last round because he just saw deer running and didn't even think about it. Normally, when he's on his hunting trips, he likes to mark his quarry first with Peregrine.
Oh.
So I'm going to have Peregrine's wildlife tracking motion detector hover up and give me a real-time, very detailed display of how this bear is moving around. So it kind of accents my ability to target more accurately and cause a little more damage when I do hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that the Hunter's Mark spell that
The
Rangers
Hunter's
generally
Mark
have?
smell? Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. The new cologne, Hunter's Mark. Yes.
Sage, pine, little fur.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
after this is going to be
Some
Kenny's
marks.
turn,
Pine
by
is
the
a
way.
type of fur.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I throw up the Hunter's Mark, and I am going to let one fly. And Hunter's Mark doesn't affect the attack roll; it just affects
The damage?
The damage.
Oh, okay.
I believe. I was just looking at it to make sure.
Well,
yeah.
let's just go with that for now, and then
Okay.
we can check it again
Yep.
in between.
After my round. Okay, so. Ooh, that's not as good.
Is that a 1?
No, that's only a 13.
Only a 13?
Only a 13.
Believe it or not, I just had this page open, and I
Yeah.
lost it.
I
so let me
know.
double check real quick. Chat, talk amongst yourselves. Here we are. Armor class 11. Yeah, you hit it.
So you know that was a natural 6. So I am doing 1d10 plus 1d6 plus 5. So that is decent. That is 10, 15.
15, you say?
15, I say. I insist.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, so this bear's like super hurting right now. You did a bunch of damage to it.
Would you say it's barely alive?
Uh-huh.
Barely hanging on?
I
can't bear these puns.
Is he barely breathing?
I would go in on this pun with you, but that's not entirely accurate, and I don't want to mislead you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Let's take a pause.
Oh.
Yep.
Just brush this off our pelt.
Buckle up, kids. It's gonna be
This is some serious damage going on here. This is
puns from hell to breakfast.
That would be a damage roll.
Moving on to Getty's turn. So you're there. Also, there's a bear now. It's attacking Yolanda.
gonna try to put the bear to sleep.
All right.
I mean, it seems like a pretty good strategy. Here I am. I've got a sleep gun.
Yeah.
I conjured it out of thin air with nanites.
Yeah.
Because that's just who I am.
It's what you do.
Well, I actually I stop for a beat. I actually look at the bear. You're doing this Tuscan Raider thing kind of going on with the bear. I see an arrow whiz by. I take a look at the sleep gun. Take a look at the bear.
All right. Roll up. How much sleep damage you can
2, 7. I start jotting these down again. 2.
Roll an 8.
5. I'll take a 5.
Closer.
It's another 5. I know. I had hopes too. Well, 21 hit points. Does the bear have 21 hit points or less?
It has less.
It goes
so
to
the bear
sleep.
falls asleep.
It goes. Thump.
Okay. So Yolanda gets to make me an athletics roll
Oh,
to avoid being pinned under a bear.
It should just flop down in its square. Well,
20.
20? Yeah, you're good.
Unnatural, but yeah.
Do you get out from? It attempts to flop forward. Do you push it back over, or do you just get out of the way?
I just slide out of the way.
Whoop, whoop.
You want to leave
All right.
your great axe, since it's so great, maybe in its path.
Well, I thought that bear was gonna last a little bit longer.
Well, I think I'll just cut its head off.
Just go ahead and shunk.
Yeah, well, whenever I get a turn.
I mean, if your axe was underneath it, then it'd be kind of like that samurai thing.
Oh,
where it
can
just
I? Can I see if I can make it that cool
crashes?
and see if I can
leave the axe, dodge, and leave the axe?
Oh.
and see if I can actually cut its head off as it falls?
Yes,
Outta
you
guillotine.
can try. I mean, if the stroke does not kill the bear, then you may have a reawakened bear.
Yeah.
But if you want to,
Let's go ahead.
Want to roll them bones?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What does one roll for trying to line up? Is there a geometry roll?
No, we're just gonna handle it as an attack.
Oh.
But it's unconscious, so make it with advantage. Automatic crit if it hits.
And you'd no longer be in a grapple with it, so.
Dice so nice.
15.
That hits.
And so now I get advantage on my damage.
More or less. Yeah.
I'm not advantage. I'm sorry, just double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's auto crit because it's asleep.
So that's 19 plus 2 is 21.
21. Yeah.
Yeah!
Wi-Fi.
Samurai axe.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Sheila?
Sheila.
Taking names.
Right?
Like this just flashes through your head, probably like this is gonna be so cool. And it is. Yeah, the bear head rolls a little bit away, and the bear is quiet.
So don't we still have a deer awake?
No, they're all dead.
What happened to the one you were snawing on?
She ate it.
Oh.
Did we finish with that deer? Do we still have a deer?
Its turn is after Yolanda's turn. You get a turn first,
Okay.
and then yeah, it's still there.
Okay. Is there a
The bear has
chance-
gotten one turn at this point. Is just what I want to point out.
It barely had a turn.
It doesn't count when it's the same one every time. But I do want. Well, I've got enough one.
So, Monica, what's up with Fennec?
I would like to pin this deer
Okay.
and like with my like claws and teeth around its neck, and then like indicate others can communicate with it, like, or whatever they're gonna do.
Okay.
But like,
I don't talk to deer.
yeah, basically like try to communicate to this deer, like submit, or like, and let it like submit. We want you to be okay. Like, we don't want to hurt you.
Okay.
Basically, I don't want to hurt you, and then just like
Sure. I'm going to want to roll. This will either be a grapple or an intimidate, whichever of those you feel more strongly about rolling right
Let's see. What would grapple be?
now. You'd make a melee attack roll.
Okay, is that?
Or no,
strength?
I'm sorry. It's athletics. You'd make an athletics roll.
Oh, okay. I'm an acrobatics person, so let me see.
But is your cheetah an acrobatics cheetah?
Oh, that's a good
Or is
point.
it an athletic cheetah?
Oh my goodness, yeah, I have +2 with strength, so I could do that. Cool. Okay. But it didn't work out.
Well, this is
we
an
got
opposed roll.
8.
And it got a 15. So
Oh, it didn't work out.
it squirms out from under the cheetah's grasp. And doesn't go anywhere yet because it's not its turn. Your regular turn, Yolanda.
Oh. Can I kill it?
I'm in cheetah form.
You
You can
cannot.
say that to me. Oh.
You have a head.
If I mean,
You can understand what she's saying, so
Yeah.
it's true, but I can't convey with that question specifically, like, we could take it prisoner.
What are we gonna do? Put it in deer jail?
So I'm going to go ahead and cut the head off the deer. Yeah.
okay. This is just a straight up attack roll.
It's just a
Find out their
normal.
motivations. Come on.
Their secret desires, their hopes,
It's
dreams.
a
They're
glow
psychic
monster.
Deer.
Okay. 18.
It's a hit.
Alrighty, just regular 1 damage.
Oh,
And to your
man.
question, you get like this little cheetah, like.
6.
6. Yeah, that's enough. It perishes.
Oh. Alright, do we want to get our stuff or do we need to go hunting more monsters?
I immediately pick up my severed deer head and take a look at the thank you Twitch chat ossicones.
All right. Like we established before, you already made a really awesome Arcana roll, so you know what's up. Like, you check them out, and they're not... Well, it looks like there's brain inside these. It's like a complicated, like, nervous tissue.
I quickly just take a scalpel out of my bag. Peel it open. Brain tissue.
Yeah.
I take my scalpel and point it straight down the skull and just kind of slowly dig in until I feel bone.
Okay, you have found bone.
Is there any sort of hole between the bone and between the skull and these brain lumps, or is it on top of the skull?
It's on top of the skull. There's a lot of... Oh, no, wait, no, you found the seam. There's a lot of nerves and nervous tissue.
Fibrous material.
Yeah.
Okay. I look for a shelf or something, place the head on the shelf, and then I take a small cracker out of my my kit, crack open the side of the head. Is the brain tissue on these lumps, does it appear to have the same sort of consistency as the brain tissue inside its skull?
That's a great question.
Good thing I have a trained medical eye for such things.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you hoping to answer by having that question answered?
Was this some sort of glow-induced growth or glow-induced parasitic activity?
Oh.
I've been wondering much the same thing.
I wasn't.
That is an interesting question. It looks like this has grown out of the animal, not attached itself to the animal.
I pull out my cracker. I have a small bag for biohazardous things that are going to go in the autoclave later. Throw my tools that I've used in there, close them up, sterilize, place in a separate pocket. And as for this, I then reach into my pack and take out a little bag. The antlers are going to have to go. Can you get rid of these antlers for me with Sheila?
Sure thing.
Okay.
Chop, chop.
We're going to bag this and take it back. I'll take it back to the RV for study
Quick
and analysis.
Quick
I'll take
side
the
note,
antlers.
because this is happening and taking a while, and we could very easily be snuck up on. And just want to make sure it's said before that happens.
Oh, that you're watching?
Yeah.
Okay, you're
And
watching.
Peregrine's doing a quick buzz.
Also, like, as soon as the battle ended, I started trying to speak, but because I'm still in a cheetah form, I start yowling at them. And, like, as I'm yowling, trying to speak human words, because I haven't tried communicating with others in this form before, I notice that I'm yowling. And slowly, like, as I'm yowling, like, the intensity of my yowling, like, draws me out of beast form. So, like, I start speaking words mid-yowl.
Nice.
And so I'm like, they have someone else. So they're connected to something larger. There's like the bear was taking orders from someone else. I was speaking to them. Am I saying this out of order? Does
Fennec,
anyone have questions?
You've got to come here and look at this, Fennec. Take a look. Before I bag the head, I take look. Look at the brain growth.
That makes sense.
I quickly bag the head. I'm gonna dump that in my in a pack after I've sealed it and secured it.
But like they were communicating with them. Like they could be coming now.
We better get to high ground.
Hi.
After the show, okay? After the show.
I'm already on the high ground.
I don't think they're in the warehouse. I think they're somewhere else in this vicinity that they can communicate. They're psychic. One of them tried to use like some sort of mind power on me.
What did you feel?
I can hardly describe it. I felt like it was trying to control me, but that the power that it was trying to control me with came from not maybe from a central, like another location here, but the bear had like a connection to it too.
Did you feel any pressure in your inner ear?
I'm using, as
Yes.
I'm hearing this information, I'm using Peregrine to go scout further out.
Okay.
As I'm hearing that there's something that might be further away.
Yeah. Give me another perception roll for Peregrine.
Okay. Is this a vision-based perception roll?
Yeah.
Because,
And our newly double-checked bonuses that he gets.
Yes.
I encountered something not dissimilar when I was in Idaho, but I was a kid at the time.
I was doing better when I didn't have advantage.
Oh.
That's a 9.
Okay.
You've encountered the brain thing in Idaho?
Something not dissimilar in terms of the psychic attack, but
Make me an
Not the
athletics
brain
or
thing, it's
acrobatics roll for Peregrine.
Oh, no.
Get your hand sock on and you make it happen.
Come on, Peregrine, this is all you.
you gotta bring it down over your knuckles, like we talked about.
So there we go. So this is a. I'm gonna use dexterity because that's +3.
Just a little baby one. Baby one.
No.
Okay.
Like
so
very much no.
you don't see what grabs Peregrine, but he keeps transmitting the visuals to your wrist computer.
Like this, like when the soldiers go down at that point in the movie when they're still trying to work out what the monster is.
Yeah.
And you've just got the camera still filming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's grabbed it from behind apparently because the camera's on the front or like wherever the camera is not.
Nose adjacent.
Yes, and it brings Peregrine, and from the angle of the shot, you surmise that this is probably like some kind of big quadruped with a mouth because it's floating around that level.
Guys, they got Peregrine. They got Peregrine.
All right, which way?
We were going that way.
You see it head towards, you recognize the shape of the building from when you scouted the town before, towards a church. And as Peregrine gets closer to the church doors, they swing open, and you see another bear sort of poke its head out.
Religious bears?
And then it goes inside, where it is dark.
Okay. They took it to the church.
All right,
Peregrine's
let's go.
at the church. We need to go get Peregrine back.
All right,
All right,
I
let's
start
go.
running. Got Sheila. Can you do like some kind of cool thing where you jump and stay high ground?
You got
I'm
do a
still on the
little
roof.
flip.
Yeah, so I can just run along the roof and use the being on the roof to scout to see where said church is.
Yeah, it's only a couple streets away.
It's a couple streets away. How wide are these streets?
They're at least 20 feet wide.
You mean like just enough that if I had jumped, then it would have made it?
About, yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
You know what?
Noted for next time.
For a moment I felt bad, but you know what? I'm not going to take any accountability for anything that happens in your character sheet, okay?
Yeah.
People
Okay.
make their own choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Longstrider might give you the speed you need to take a good run.
To like accelerate.
Yeah. Pull a Spider-Man here.
Yeah. Wait. So yeah, I'm gonna start running in the general direction of Peregrine.
Okay. And also, the buildings in this town, like, aren't very tall.
Yeah.
Except for, like, this warehouse is big. And the railway museum next to it is big. But everything else is pretty low.
Oh.
And the
so
roofs
I
are
would
of
be
questionable
jumping,
integrity right now.
Oh, I would be jumping down anyways.
Yeah.
Would a combat roll be an acrobatics or an athletics thing?
To, like, roll?
Like, so if I wanted to, like, just because I mean I'm focused on getting my best buddy back. So I'm seriously considering, and I would know whether or not I would be able to do this or be comfortable doing this. But jumping off the roof and just like literally diving off the roof and rolling as I land, like parkour hardcore.
Oh, yeah, that'd be acrobatics.
That'd be acrobatics?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Acrobatics, that's a 15.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You do it.
Do I still take some damage? I got damage to spare, I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for asking. Yeah, 5.
5? Okay. I am 1 below my normal hit points. Thank you.
Man, it's like you're inspired or something.
Right?
Thank you for coming to Yolanda's Tech Talk. So you're cruising ahead of the group, or are you moving with the group?
I don't really know what the rest of you all are doing.
I'm booking. You're booking. We're booking.
All right, you're all booking. You all booked to the church.
We know how much this drone means to you. We're all an ass, aren't we? We're all an ass. We're good.
So you get there, and this building is slightly overgrown. It doesn't look like it's been hit by the ravages of time very hard otherwise. The windows all appear to be dark. This is still like early afternoon.
So
it looks like there's heavy curtains or something on the inside of the windows.
I'd bust the windows open. Let's bring some sunshine.
Okay. I'm sorry, was that a suggestion or was that a declaration?
That's a declaration.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna I was like, well, I can bust the door open. I was like, why don't we just start with the windows, cut down their heavy curtain bullshit, get some light streaming in, make this happen.
If I am ahead of everyone, I'm going to see if the windows are if the buildings are just not having electricity, so whether or not there are any Keystone lights, and then we're going from there to, because if it's just dark inside, smashing the window is not going to do much.
Oh, let the light in, because
Yeah.
there's curtains.
Oh, there are curtains?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, okay. Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
So I want to know more about this window smashing.
Yes. So I take my axe.
Yes.
And I smash it through the window
Yes.
and try to cut the curtain while I'm at it.
Great. This is a great plan. Just roll damage
For
for the great axe.
sorry, I was like, on me? I'm like, what? Did I
The window
like,
smashes
hurt
back.
myself?
That's a D12.
Yeah.
She uses
It's
it.
an axe. It's a great axe.
It's a great axe.
Yeah, so it's just 6.
Just 6?
Yeah.
But
But it's a fucking window. I mean,
yeah.
I
no.
thought for some reason to make an attack roll. I'm sorry.
I was thinking of like how much curtain do you effectively get once you're through?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like, is this going to be a dramatic one and done, or is this a like repeated attack sort of thing? It'll take you a few swings.
yeah.
So while you're doing that, the door creaks open,
Okay.
and a bear pokes its head out. Where is everyone else? What were they doing when Yolanda rushed in to
I was checking
Attack
a different
the darkness?
Are we covering the
to
door?
attack the darkness?
We were covering the door.
Oh.
We were
Yeah.
covering the door.
I was about to walk in. Yeah, I was gonna knock and be like, hello? Hello?
I was checking a different window. But I wasn't
want to be
smashing things. I
hospitable.
was
This is
trying.
their-
I was
this is
attempting
their
to be
home.
somewhat
No,
stealthy.
you don't.
See if you can
They're trying to
actually
kill
see them.
us.
Yeah.
This is like.
So the bear.
My character wants to be.
The bear pokes its head out. It waffles, and growls, and then it moves back further in, leaving the door open.
Okay. I think we're invited.
This definitely isn't a trap.
No.
Oh, no, because it's dark, I can't see anything through Peregrine at the moment, right?
Well, what about now that the window's busted?
Oh, that's true. That did let some light in, so now you can see through Peregrine's feed.
You got me, boo.
Does your spell as you speak with animals still work?
Are we more than 10 minutes?
No, it's been less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
What did bears say?
What did the bear say?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Inspiration.
Yay.
The bear said, "She will see you now."
Oh, good. We're invited in. They said that she'll see us now.
Through Peregrine's feed, you see a like a slash of sunlight is now inside this sanctuary, like a small town church. Dozen pews on either side. They've mostly been pushed back or smashed up, and there are cushions piled up, and there's a bunch of animals chilling on like soft cushions and mattresses and piles of like fabric that have been hauled in.
What's the biggest looking one?
The biggest looking one is well, there's that bear by the door.
Okay.
It's
okay.
like,
So the bear.
it's like
the bear's as big as we get.
yeah,
Okay.
and we're talking brown bear. Like this thing had to squeeze to get in at some point.
I'm gonna hang back.
Why don't you
Hunter's
hang
mark.
back in my window, and
Yeah.
then you can shoot from there.
And I'm a hunter's mark the bear.
How far away are you?
I'm gonna move over to Yolanda's window. So
Okay.
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm near you because I'm guessing. Where are the windows?
The windows are evenly spaced, running down either side of the building.
But not on the front.
Not on the front, no.
Okay, so I'm on one of the sides. I'll say I'm on the. Or where did you smash the window?
Be on the right side.
The right side.
Right
I'm on the
side.
right side.
Within
About
speaking
midway.
distance?
About midway.
Within speaking distance, like you could hear us speak.
I could hear you shout.
About how big is this church? Is it really like a church-sized church? Is it really more of a chapel? I mean, how big are we talking?
Cathedral.
It's really more of a chapel.
Here? Yeah.
Just
Oh,
it's on the smaller side.
okay.
It doesn't look like it has any other. It's not big enough to have like all the church stuff, like the rec centers and fellowship halls.
It's
and
really just
libraries
an
and stuff.
actual just house of worship, perhaps a vestibule in the back, and that's
Yeah.
it. Okay.
That's it.
Um,
So I'm probably if you started talking, I would guess I could hear you.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I'm just gonna ask you if you see Peregrine.
the bear toddles over to the window that you smashed and attempts to like hold the curtain closed. It doesn't seem like it's mad at you. Like it sort of ignores the threat and just focuses more on like holding the curtain closed.
Have you said anything yet?
Oh, do you see Peregrine?
No,
That's-
to the
No,
animals.
I see through Peregrine. I don't see him. He's somewhere, but I don't see him. But I see through him. Not anymore. It's gone dark. Which window am I?
What did
by?
he see?
I saw a whole pile of animals on soft things. Kinda looks like a cuddle puddle.
Okay.
I was
Did you see
expecting
any
more violence.
cheetahs or foxes in there?
You did not see any cheetahs or foxes in there.
I did not see any cheetahs or foxes that I could tell.
But I know how to transform into a deer.
Oh yeah, you've met plenty of deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if I just want to go in disguise as a deer or a bear?
What will you have it with the little antenna?
Did we take some off of them earlier? It'd be a little bloody, but
That'd be a bit macabre.
I
Also-
mean, my dad is a taxidermist.
You
So you're
don't.
having this conversation outside.
Have you communicated that we were just invited inside?
I did. I said
Okay.
they invited us inside. They said that she'd love to see us.
I'm going to point out real quick that although that's what Fennec has told us, and therefore what our characters know, that is not what was said. Not that they were. Not that they're talking hard.
That's what
Not that she'd love to see us, but that she will see us now.
But what I know is that I've been told that we're kind of like on peaceful terms right now. So I'm not shooting, is basically what I'm getting at.
I'm behind you. You talk to animals.
Okay. So I'm going to speak to the bear and ask who she is.
voice comes in from a different position than it was in before because it is now moved to
the
hold a
window.
curtain closed.
Yes.
But the bear says, or the bear growls, and your spell translates, the leader.
Is she like you?
No?
What do you mean, you people?
Like, no, there is nothing like the leader.
Nothing like what?
The leader.
The leader. They said that they have a leader.
Do you translate? Okay, you can talk, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not in animal form.
Okay. Why don't you translate? We all march in together, except for you.
You're standing by the bear torso.
I'm point blank. One square away.
We would love to meet her. Can we have some light inside so we can see her?
A different voice answers you, and this one's speaking directly into your head.
Okay.
And it says, yes, but not very much.
Okay. Thank you.
And as that voice happens in your head, you get that same feeling of the big presence.
Yeah.
And you're very close to it right now.
Okay. We're very close to the thing that did the psychic thing on me earlier.
Okay.
Super.
It seems to be I think it's the leader.
Let's go right in there and meet the psychic attacking leader.
Let's get surrounded by animals. All of this is a fantastic idea. I'm done with this. I'm gonna wait outside.
You're
Good luck.
waiting outside. You're outside. These two?
I'll come with.
Okay.
All right. Screw it.
So
I'm going in.
I want to meet the grand leader of this place. I'm very excited about this.
So when you come in, a wolf or like a many generations feral large dog pushes the door closed behind you. And then a couple other like deer and other large canids adjust several of the curtains, not so that there's the big splashes of light that was coming when Yolanda slashed open one curtain, but just more like when you're when you got like blackout curtains in a room and lights leaking in around the edges, like letting more light leak in.
So like a dim glow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what you see when your eyes adjust is reclining on the altar, though technically it might not be an altar anymore if it's got this on it, is like a panther, a big black cat, and after a second you realize that it's not a panther, it appears to be a house cat that is the size of a panther.
It's like a bass.
Yeah. I mean big.
Yeah.
Real big.
Like bigger than a panther?
I guess panthers aren't really that big, huh? We're talking like...
Like bigger than a bear?
No, not bigger than a bear.
Okay, so between panther and bear.
Yes.
Panthers are plenty big. I'm going to stick
They
up for
are.
Panthers here.
They are.
Okay.
Make this table big.
Yeah.
Well, I am not super up on exactly
I've
how big
never met
animals
a
are
panther.
related to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
seen them in books.
Yeah. Beautiful. I am in awe.
And there's like a big fluffy quilt draped over the altar, and this cat is just like reclining regally as hell. And you sense all the other animals in here are deferential towards it.
Okay.
So trade
Sounds like-
relationship, is that what we're working for here?
I'm hoping.
Okay.
Yeah. I would like to introduce myself and this one to you. Thank you for welcoming us into your
Court.
Into your court. we're honored. I'm Fennec, and this is Lando, and we're just in awe. This is amazing.
The cat regards you through like slitted eyes.
Does the cat have an antenna?
Why, yes, it does.
Okay.
Only one?
It's got the pair of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And says, you hear, both of you then hear this voice.
I'm
in
here
your
too, by
heads.
the way. It just was not introduced.
Oh, I thought you were outside.
No, I said screw it. I'm going in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
You're in there
well,
too.
Well, then I would introduce
Ah.
Dr. De La Cruz.
And actually, even outside, you can hear this too.
Oh, okay.
In your head.
Yeah, okay.
You're like one of the little dim cracked lights.
Yeah, I've probably, as soon as everyone went inside and there's a giant bear blocking the window with a curtain, I'm probably going to try and find another way to be able to see what's going on inside.
Well, you can see through Peregrine now with the dim light.
I can?
So you probably just want to have an angle you can shoot through.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the ambient light in the room went up enough that Peregrine's camera could pick up more clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And you see those three as they walk in. And you all see the drone, like the cat has the drone.
The cat has... Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And it's like under one big heavy paw. It's not going anywhere.
Very cat toyish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this just got a little more adorable.
It's so adorable.
And so this voice that echoes in your head says, "Oh, you are the ones who have come and killed my children."
Well, they did try to kill us first.
That is true.
I wanted to just... I wanted to make friends, and they attacked us. I tried talking with them.
I know. I could hear you.
Can we understand this speech ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's in our heads.
It's in your heads, yeah.
All right, I say out loud, were you and yours the ones that moved into this community in the first place?
We are.
Then you've killed many of my friends.
We have.
So, suppose we're even.
You hear a purr from the altar.
Respect.
And then a noise like laughter in your head. And then the voice continues. When we came to this place, we were frightened, we were hungry, and we had been attacked many times by any who looked like you who found us. So we took your home away, and we made it ours. Why are you here?
To find out what happened to our friends. And to get stuff.
Now we know that answer to that question is you.
Stuff. And there's an image that flashes through your head, and it's of the warehouse. This stuff?
Yeah?
Yeah?
That and others.
Human equipment.
Things you don't need.
True. We don't.
A voice from Peregrine says, "What do you need?" So, from underneath the pin
Yeah,
cap.
from
yeah.
under,
Yeah.
yeah. The big cat contemplates a second. And then it says, answers.
To what question?
I don't trust you with that question yet. How about a favor? You take what you need or want of these things that we cannot use. And then later, when I know that I can trust you, you will help me find the answer that I seek.
I agree.
Will finding the answer you seek involve hurting more humans?
Probably not.
Okay.
Let Peregrine go, and we'll consult with each other.
And with the nonchalance of a cat knocking a glass of water over, it just sort of knocks Peregrine down onto the floor.
Peregrine is currently disabled. So
I'll go pick him up. Poor little baby. I tap the bear on the shoulder and pass him out the window to you.
Straight onto the back.
The bear's totally cool with this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Bows. Now that this seems copacetic, the bow's away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna turn to the bear and like really uncomfortably ask, "Hey, you closed the door. You mind if I just jump in?"
you get the psychic equivalent of like, you know when you're petting a cat and it doesn't look super thrilled?
But it's
it's
not
just like...
It's not going to scratch you until the third one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you get that look, but psychically.
I'll stay out here.
Okay.
All right. Do you guys want to step outside and talk to him so that the cat can read our minds from a little bit farther away?
May we leave your court and discuss this and return shortly?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm just like bowing, not like turning around, just like all the way out. Just like very, just like, yeah.
And on your
Different.
way out, you notice that there are books piled up by the altar, and some of them are open, as if perhaps this thing reads.
I love it.
Is he trying to find the secret of man's red fire?
I'm going to make a perception check to see what's currently on the reading list. 20.
Wow. Looks like travel magazines.
Nothing else?
There's an atlas. There's some history, like high school level history textbooks.
I see that. I pause for a moment. I walk over to it. I realize at some point I'm probably going to intrude in the cat's space. So at that point, when I see even the tinge of a hair go up, I stop. I point at the book and I say, "That's probably garbage." Here. I reach in my pack. I procure another book. As for what it is, we'll leave that up to you later.
Okay.
And just toss it.
Okay. What kind of... We can even nail it down now. Like, what kind of subject book would you have with
Is
you?
it a people's history?
He was specifically contradicting the high school
I wasn't going to go
history,
straight to
so-
Zen, but Zen would probably work. The people's history of the United States. Here.
Sure. Yeah, you got that. I'm sure it's
Probably would.
Yeah, it's like well dog-eared and well loved. Probably like taped back together at some point.
I throw it. I'm going to want it back. You'll like it.
Its head
know what?
it actually picks its head up and moves and tracks the motion of the book as you toss it in, which is not
Doesn't
something
like
it's seen
catch it.
No, it just watches, and it nods.
You know what? Keep it.
This loud, rumbly purr fills the room.
At the door, I stop and turn to it and say, "Did you leave anyone alive?" We'll leave it at that.
And an animal shuts the door on you.
So, Getty, it was your people they killed. What do you think? Can we trust them enough to do an unspecified favor in the future?
I'd be crying in the rain. I think to try to blame them for attacking the town. I don't get angry at weather if a friend of mine gets struck by lightning or freezes to death of hypothermia. I don't know.
I don't know that we have much of a choice. I have a feeling that cat could shatter all of our minds.
We have plenty of choice. There are enough firearms back at home where if we really wanted to.
It's true. We could just drop firebombs on the church from the sky.
With the airship we have.
Yes.
Which we are.
It's really good that we're thinking that around a psychic cat.
I was going to say, I'm thinking very, very hard about the huge numbers of explosives we definitely have on the airship.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to play this
like
straight.
Comically huge.
Okay, make a deception roll.
Nuke it from orbit. Would you get?
Is that another natural 20?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I am thinking about the atomic missile that we have.
Oh, yeah. That'd be so awkward. All the radiation.
Just imagining a giant cat being vaporized by an atomic bomb. Jesus.
Okay, that definitely happened. Possible effects, hard to tell. You're not in the room with the cat anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think it's really going to come to that, though.
I think it would be great to set up a friendly relationship with the most nearest city, with whatever we call these things now, and the cat seems reasonable. We have, I mean, like you said, the thunder and all of that. We can't really do anything about their nature, but it seems like they're learning.
I'm not going to lie. I am very angry.
You have
But
every right to be.
But it seems to me like it would be like getting angry at a thunderstorm.
All right. Shall we go and find the good stuff? You tell the cat that we're in.
Okay. So I'm.
Or just think it really loud.
I'm gonna walk back in or knock or whatever, clang. And then when they open, just like walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they open it up for you.
We've agreed to your terms.
That cat's already reading people's history.
Good. We've decided to agree to your terms. May we go and collect things from the warehouse now?
Yes. My children are already helping gather them for you.
Thank you.
I will be sending an ambassador to your people shortly.
Anyone in particular? Have we met?
You'll recognize him.
Okay.
Or you'll know who he is when you see him.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. And with that, cat's attention is already back on the book.
Cool. And I don't turn away. I walk backwards to the door again. Big dog opens it for you. Aww.
Like noses it open and then noses it
city.
shut behind you.
This is my favorite city.
Evil animals. Aww.
They're not evil.
I don't think they're evil.
They're doing their best.
Cut to Getty's people lying bloody and dead.
I'm going to go check out the RVs.
All right.
Can I come cut some vines for you?
I'm good.
So when you get there, it stirs up some painful memories for you of the night that you were chased out of town. Probably the memory of being put on the last train out of Keystone headed to Hill City. The RVs are basically untouched. You don't find any bodies. And all the things have been left to decay or not decay, technology-wise.
I walked straight into the RV of a guy I used to work with named Zeke, who also had an interest in old amusements. And Zeke had built a pinball machine, which he'd made himself.
Yeah.
Called Halley's Comet.
Nice.
I walk inside, assuming it's untouched, and I just stare at it for a while. Zeke died.
Yeah. The machine's still there. When the rest of you get back to the warehouse, you find a deer with somehow it got a big rag draped over its antlers, and it's like using them as a broom to like sweep up like mechanical stuff and things that have been spilled out onto the floor. And there is a bear moving very large boxes and just putting them next to the door.
All right, I go out and signal to the airship to land in the little landing area.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I would like to start making friends with one of the animals.
Okay.
And I want to find out if they have any gardens or anything that they like, any sort of plants they're really excited about around here.
Yeah, so would you rather talk to the deer or the bear?
Which one just seems more like they'd be open to, like, more amiable, like they just...
I mean, either one, but I'll give you the answer. Is the deer.
The deer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk up to the deer and ask the deer about, do they have any gardens or vegetation around
Are you the one that
here?
turned into the big cat?
I just smile.
That was really impressive.
Thank you. I'm very impressed by you and your family and your community here.
Yeah, the leader keeps us safe and keeps us organized, so we're not alone or on our own.
Mm-hmm. That's important.
Would you do something about? And then he pointedly looks at the deer carcasses on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe move them. This conversation is awkward
Do you have
with
any,
them right here.
Do you have any burial you like to do for your friends?
No, usually like the bear takes care of them.
Okay.
Like he did Getty's family. I'm not there. I'm just commenting.
Yeah, but you establish a rapport.
Okay.
Move the bodies out. And to answer your question, yeah, they don't like garden. Like, I'm as great as it would be to see one of those bears with like an apron and a sun hat.
Goals.
So good.
Yeah.
Gardening.
Hashtag squad goals.
Yeah.
Straw hat. Yeah.
They mostly
Little apron.
they
Sunflowers.
We have
they
them on the shelf.
encourage, like they very lightly cultivate. Like they can't full up plant and harvest and stuff, but they can encourage the growth of the easiest to eat, most delicious plants.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they have any animals here who are specifically like excited about plants that want to tell me all about these plants?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start talking to that one and be like, "Thank you very much, dear," and then like talk to the one that's like that's clearly their passion.
Nice. Yeah, so this marmot, they get on the the radio, I guess, their psychic whatever,
Yeah.
and summon this like marmot who with his like little marmot paws
Yeah.
is the one who does most of the work, the fine work,
Yeah.
when it comes to their very primitive agriculture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just talks your ear off.
Yeah. Does he bring up something about some of the plants that he didn't know and he's like excited about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, you can tell that he is not retaining
Any of this information. It's in one ear and out the other.
pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah.
Cool.
Like he's getting little bits here and there, but you're like, oh, and this is why, and he's like, okay.
Parthenogenesis, what?
Yeah.
The
Remembers
cat's the
things
brains
for-
of the operation around here, you know.
Okay, so I learned a little bit from them about what they got culturally going on,
Yeah, there's a
plant-wise.
Yeah.
Horticulturally going on.
Hey.
Horticulture.
Ah.
I like it.
Apparently what they got going on is attention deficit disorder, which is treatable.
Some of them are Dory.
Hey, we haven't heard from Theo in a second.
Um,
You fixing Peregrine back up?
not at the moment. I'm waiting to get back on the ship to do that.
Shiplands.
Ship lands.
Those boxcar doors roll open, and the rest of your crew. It's like, what? And I guess Rusty would still be in the cockpit, so.
So I am going to do two things.
Okay.
First thing is I am going to instruct the crew to start inventorying all of the boxes that I assume I'm aware of the fact that they're being pulled out of the warehouse.
Yeah.
and specifically let me know, write different lists for whether it's useful for engineering, whether it's electrical parts, whether it's consumables. But I'm guessing there probably aren't very many consumables, but anything that could be used to either repair the ship or help advance the ship or help advance anything that I've probably got a list in the back of my mind, and I want it split up into like hardware, software adjacent, and just like patching things up stuff. And then I'm going straight to my tech room to start fixing Peregrine.
Cool. Yeah. So instructed, your crew is like, this is actually like a task they've been training for, being able to rapidly assess salvage and organize it and stuff. So they know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you go, and Peregrine's a little sad and a little bumped around, but nothing's permanently broken.
Okay.
Like more like you might have to pop some things back into place.
Yeah.
But, you know, nothing you'll have to full on repair or replace.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm doing that because technically Peregrine only has 1 hit point.
Yeah.
So
at least until you get that modified Beastmaster subclass.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Which
then,
we'll
and
get
then-
there, folks.
Yeah.
But before we like get back on the airship, my character wants to find a guide to like walk around the city and get like a little tour.
I mean, the Marmot would love to show you around.
Wonderful.
Like he wants to give you the garden tour.
Yeah. So the whole tour of the city and just see what they got going on.
You find out that the city is like weirdly, ghoulishly quiet because all the people are gone.
Yeah.
And you occasionally see animals with little fuzzy antenna balls watching you.
Little rustlings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
Not really any like dwelling. They kind of have like whatever their animal dwelling would be, but like in and around the buildings. And the church seems to be the only one that they really gather at.
You notice that some of the other houses are also like dens.
Okay.
That they've pulled all the soft things from several houses into one, so they got one super soft interior.
Oh, nice.
And then they just chill
That sounds great.
or warm.
Okay.
Yeah. And Yolanda is mostly just moving stuff.
Yep.
Word.
Once the work crews start coming near the RVs, they've probably found that I've taken orange flags to every RV I've inspected and found still has working axles. We'll say 12 of the RVs from, I'm calling it at this point the Olympia Expedition.
Yeah.
8 of them have working axles, and they've got little orange flags. The ones that have broken ones I've stuck little red flags on because they're going to need to be transported a little bit more delicately. I'm going to arbitrarily name another one of our crew members, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Give it to me.
His name is DeNicolo. Well, he goes by his last name. And I say, okay, DeNicolo, Rusty, I want you to start moving these RVs into the back half of the RV of the hole. We put them in first because we need to secure them down. We want all the other gear in front so they don't get shifted around.
Yeah.
And I point at Zeke's RV. You be careful with that one.
What does DeNicolo do?
What's the general term for a boatswain? What does that mean? You're the
bosun.
nautical person, Monica.
A bosun.
A
Yeah.
bosun. Thank you.
Well, we haven't decided on a quartermaster yet, so
Yeah.
DeNicolo can be your quartermaster.
There we go.
And he'd be the guy to talk to about loading. So, also, he tells you straight up, he's like, we're going to have to come back for the rest of these. Like, we don't have enough room for everything.
All right, first choice for the ones we come back for are the Reds.
Okay. Yeah, you get all the stuff loaded up. You get a few of the other RVs and then a whole lot of crates and sacks of stuff from the warehouse. And then, Bear, Marmot, and Deer, like, see you off.
Oh. Did we just get the warehouse, or did we also check the train yard?
Oh, the train yard. Yeah. You're no longer under any real
Threat of danger.
Attack or anything. So yeah, you check that too. What you see when you check that is where you were told you would find them are the parts that they need to repair the locomotive back in Hill City that they've converted into a electric generator.
So to repair it, as in make it a better better electric generator, or repair it as in make it a train once more?
Make it a better generator.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep. Just instead of moving wheels on a track, it'll just move a dynamo.
Okay.
Did you say the animals are repairing that?
No, that's
That was our last project before he got ran out of town.
Oh, okay. Okay.
and
I mean, I'm so sorry.
You know, before everyone I ever knew died. Finding them very friendly, Paul.
And then when you're back on the bridge, you find a new addition sitting on the console where a bunch of your instruments are. Is a little black cat with two little fuzzy balls between its ears.
A little black cat?
A little black cat.
Okay.
Is it our?
We have a ship cat. We have a ship cat.
It's
I
about
don't
time.
think
can't
it would
believe we
really
left without one.
appreciate that. It's an ambassador to Hell City, not your pet.
Wants to stay in the ship, it earns its keep. We have mice, same as any others.
Wait, who? What's a pet?
So I'm just walking. I'm just
Companion
walking
animal.
up. I walk up and I'm seeing this cat for the first time, and I'm alone in this situation.
Yeah, we'll say yeah.
Okay.
You've got freshly repaired peregrine slung on your backpack.
Hello?
It looks up and meows at you, and then curls back up on the console.
I'm gonna do the thing that you do when you're approaching.
Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta flip the thing and then pull the thing.
No,
Yeah.
will you offer your hand to the cat so it
when-
can smell you?
When you're trying to initiate like a relationship with an animal that you're not familiar with, where you just you put your hand out and see what its response to your hand out being. And approaching it, like not like totally in its space, but close enough that if it wanted to, it could uncurl and sniff me. Or uncurl and strike me.
It uncurls, and instead of sniffing your hand,
Yeah.
it gives you a little fist bump.
That's actually the. So do I get the hello, or is that like a we're playing fist bump, or is that like a next time it's claws fist bump?
No, this is not a like. No, like this cat fist bumped you. Like if I were to do so now today.
Okay.
It is a we are equals, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gesture.
Okay. So do you understand me?
It looks at you and bobs its head back and forth in a so-so
Okay. That's
kind of look.
okay. I think I've tried to talk to Fennec like this a couple of times, so I think I know where we're going.
That's roughly how it goes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it gets up and it moves and then sits back down where it is no longer blocking any of your instruments or control surfaces.
Okay, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to do standard like pre-flight check. And then I'm going to stop. Go. Do you like tuna?
You get a nod.
Hey, Fennec, could you report to the what's the pilot's location?
You've been calling it the bridge.
Could you report to the bridge with some tuna?
Okay.
You just so happen to have well, it's been 25 years.
I was
miraculously-
We could
tuna
have actual
is
fish.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
could you catch it?
We could have a
in-
preserved fish. assaulted.
Realistically, any large survivalist community, if it had grown to the part where to the size where it had a town, would get back into canning. Canning is really the only way you can preserve meat for a long period of time.
The question is,
would we have access to specifically tuna?
Yeah.
Oceanic fish.
Yeah.
Or
So,
trout.
so I'm gonna just go with. Could you bring us some fish?
Okay.
Because I hear that's a thing that cats like.
You roll up with that fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that cat is all about that fish. So, +1 cat,
Yay.
+1 hold full
It's
of
a
scrap.
+1 cat.
Yes.
Yes.
When you throw it at people, plus one
+1.
damage.
And that is where we're going to start. Saying goodnight.
Is there a color or
Nope.
There's no collar yet.
so no name?
No name.
No
Not
name.
yet. We'll get there.
No name yet.
Pussy grabs back.
Yes.
So, thank you everybody for tuning in for our premiere of Aloft, a post-atomic romance here on GeekSpaceTV. We're going to do a few things. I'm going to read some announcements for you so you have a idea of what to look forward to from this channel over this coming week. We're going to thank some people who donated very generously. And also, if anyone here has anything else they want to promote, any shows or cool things to talk about. I mean, I heard there is a cool show happening on Wednesday that some people might want to be here for.
I've heard about that too. I heard that I was invited.
Yeah.
Is there a time you would like to share with everyone?
It's at 7 p.m. Same place, same time, different day. Wednesday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. We are going to be back next Monday night. Same time, same channel, twitch.tv/GeekSpaceTV. You'll also find links to other things like Periscope and stuff like that off the GeekSpace streams or feeds. As a reminder, come back and watch shows here throughout the month of June because there's t-shirt giveaways happening during the RPG shows.
Do you feel that you don't have enough clothes? Do you need another shirt on your back? T-shirt giveaways. Not a very cost-effective method of handling it, but it's something.
Pride t-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Pride t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Behind the Screens and Leviathan will be returning June 27th. In the meantime, we've got that special Wednesday show coming up this week. Also, a special episode of Eat, Pray, Kill. This coming Friday, Marcus and Strawberry are up to something. Tune in at 7 p.m. Pacific on Friday to find out what. As a reminder, this whole episode has been in 360 on Periscope. Yeah. And I want to say thank you to a few people. First up, Anna and the crew at GeekSpace for giving us a space to do this thing. Our technical producer, Jared. Our good friend, Stacy, who has contributed a bunch of the art that you've been seeing. And also Monica, Holly, George, Corwin, for being brave enough to come on and try this thing out with me. And now I'm going to thank some donors.
Thanks for your money. We like your money.
I would also like to thank Amy at Amy Ashton Designs, who specifically was responsible for my artwork.
I would like to
It
thank...
looks good.
I would like to thank Amy, my girlfriend, who's been sending me encouraging messages throughout the show.
Aww. Gross.
Yes, I'm gross. What are you going to do about it?
And I would like to thank everyone who sent me sass that I caught up on during the break.
Sass?
So much
Appreciate it.
sass.
I'll share with you later. But for now, speaking of people who shared, thank you again, William_TW, for sending us those dollars for Evie. Thank you very much for the anonymous donor who threw $50 our way.
Hey!
Yeah.
If only you weren't anonymous, we'd be singing your praises right now.
But
Anonymous.
you know who you are, wherever you are.
The real MVP.
We thank you.
Strikes from hiding, fades back.
Thank you very much to Chaos Spear 4, who says, staying up late on the East Coast to watch. Loving it. Thank you. Like, it's getting near my bedtime on this coast, so super appreciated. Huh?
Seek help for your insomnia.
And then finally, Void Smoker told us, off to a flying start. The sky's the limit. Thank you very much for the donation and your kind words.
Aw, thank you.
Also, thank you for the solidarity and the puns. We're with you.
We're with you.
If you're interested in talking more about the show, you can find me at AntonFire on Twitter. Also, Aloft or at Aloft RPG on Twitter. And also, there's a GeekSpaceTV Discord where you can feel free to come by, talk about your favorite moments, ask questions. We're going to be learning a lot more about the setting and our heroes next week, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.